Hi, thanks for watching Liberty Awakened. I just want to take a moment to share what scares me the most about this election if Biden and Harris wins. And I've been trying to make a video like this for a while, and there's just so much. And so many other people have covered it so well, so I've kind of mostly been posting stuff that other people have talked about. But today I saw one video that I really wanted to comment on, something that Kamala Harris put out over the weekend that really shows her and the Democrat Party's true colors as to where they want to go. And this video is absolutely terrifying to me. Anyway, let me show you this video, because basically it is over communism, is what the video is promoting, and that's been one of my greatest fears. So take a look at this. It may seem nice in some ways, but let me explain why this is so dangerous.
The difference between equality and equity. Equality suggests, everyone should get the same amount. The problem with that, not everybody's starting out from the same place. So if we're all getting the same amount, but you started out back there and I started out over here, we could get the same amount, but you're still gonna be that far back behind me. It's about giving people the resources and the support they need,
this cartoon,
so that everyone can
ground
be
is going up
on equal footing and then compete on equal footing. Equitable treatment means we all end up at the same.
Okay, so what is terrifying about this video, because you might think, oh, that's nice, everybody should start at the same place, which yes, I definitely believe, and everybody should believe in equality of opportunity, and we've taken great strides in this nation to go from a place where there was vast inequality of opportunity to be successful, which, it's not, we haven't reached perfection on that, but we've certainly been moving towards it. I mean, we don't have the Jim Crow laws in place that we used to in the early 20th century, and all the equal rights acts that were passed, and we have now affirmative action to help people get a leg up, which I know that's a controversial topic, but that's all kind of beside the point. What I really want to focus on is this statement she made that we should excuse me, all end up in the same place, because that's a real, that true equality, this idea that true equality is the equality of result, we all end up in the same place, but which is not simply equality of opportunity. Those are two vastly different things, and I just want to point out how truly dangerous this idea is. So I've told people this for a while when they ask me, what the basic difference is between Republican and Democrat and conservative and progressive. And this is really one of the main differences, that if you're on the right, you generally believe in equality of opportunity for everybody. If you're on the left, you generally believe that everybody should get equal outcomes, or at least the radical left believes that, which is becoming far more the mainstream. As you can see now, this is the vice presidential candidate for the Democrat Party. And so the reason this is so dangerous is because it can only be achieved through communism. What we saw in the Soviet Union, a complete totalitarian control over all the means of production in society and the distribution of resources. And so if you can imagine it this way, imagine you're watching a sporting event, let's say football, and it goes without saying that everybody has different skills, abilities, different levels of risk tolerance, and that is what leads to different outcomes. If everybody, or it's one of the widest greatest contributors to different outcomes, put it that way. Obviously, people have different starting points, kind of like that video pointed out. Some people are born into wealthy families, some people are born into poor families, but the great thing about America traditionally, and with some exceptions, obviously we had the evils of slavery and Jim Crow and all that, but with generally speaking, America has been the place where anything is possible for anybody. There are countless stories of people who grew up in horrible circumstances in very poor, low-income areas who were able to become extremely wealthy, and that's one of the great things about America. This idea that she's promoting, that we all need equality of outcome. So again, think of you're watching a football game. You have every player has different abilities and different mindsets. So, some players are faster than others. Some players are bigger and stronger than others. Some players have perfect technique and can throw the ball very accurately. Some players are willing to take risks to make a big play happen, and others play timidly. More timidly, is that? Play timid. So think about, how would you create in football a complete equality of outcome for every player, so that every player could achieve the same level of statistics that contribute to their team, the same level of points, depending on their position, tackles, all of those things. And it would require constant and complete top-down, beginning to end monitoring of the game. You would have to, this running back's faster than the other running back, this receiver is faster than the other receiver. And so you'd have to okay, well, we're gonna put lead weights in your shoes, and we're gonna make it so you don't tackle very well, so we're gonna make it so you just have to touch this person, to get them down, or the possibilities are endless. You'd constantly have to, and even then, if you plan it all out, you're gonna realize, oh, well, we put too much weight in this guy's shoes, or we didn't put enough, or and you'd have to constantly stop the game and redo everything, and it just requires total totalitarian control of everything. And that's what happened in the Soviet Union. They started with this Marxist idea of from each according to his need, to each according to, from each according to his ability, to each according to his need. And so what I'm saying is, the only way to achieve that type of society is complete government control over every aspect of your life. You would have to set an income level, for everybody gets the same income, no matter what your skills and abilities are, no matter how creative you are, no matter how much risk you take. And, we're gonna have to, you have too much money, so we're gonna have to take it away from you. We're gonna have to give it to somebody else, and I think we all can recognize, even if you completely hit the reset button, gave everybody a certain amount of money, a certain amount of land, every single person in the United States got the same, we would all still reach different outcomes, because we all have different skills and abilities. But what it would do, if you have this level that you can't cross, that you can't get ahead, this is what communism is, this is what socialism is. It doesn't matter how much work you put in, how creative you are, how much risk you take, you can't get ahead. So nobody wants to step out and work harder. Nobody wants to take a risk. And this is why economies stagnate and self-destruct, because, you imagine, take somebody like Bill Gates. We would not have an iPhone. I said Bill Gates here, obviously I meant Steve Jobs. Sorry about that. If we had been living under communism and socialism, because Bill Gates, nobody told him to make an iPhone. Nobody gave him the idea. He thought of it, or whoever, maybe you know more about Apple than I do. Maybe it was Steve Wozniak who thought of the iPhone, I don't know. But, the point is, they saw something that would be useful to society. They took the risk, they made the investment, they created the iPhone. Nobody told them to do that. If the government was just, or, take the computer, what am I trying to say? Not Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, sorry. So he had this vision for this personal computer, and think of what if he knew, well, I'm gonna work so hard, I'm gonna create this idea, and it's all just gonna be taken away from me and redistributed. He would never have been motivated to do all that work and take all that risk. And that's why things stagnate under communism, and that's why in America we had better products, we had a better standard of living than everybody in the Soviet Union. And it's, that's what we're headed for. And because to achieve that type of equality, you have to have this totalitarian control over everything. That's going to bleed over into every other aspect of society. So, as you may be aware, there's a lot of hostility in the Democrat Party towards Christianity because of biblical beliefs, biblical teachings in regard to abortion, gay and lesbian issues, transgender issues. And you're seeing a persecution against certain Christians for those types of beliefs. And, so once you start giving the government that type of control, it is a very short road to complete control over every aspect of your life. And I really believe this is where we're headed.